Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the listing ceremony of Sheela Foam Limited. We're first going to begin with the presentation of the bouquets. We're going to start first with Mrs. Sheela Gautam, the promoter of the company. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mrs. Sheela Gautam. We next have Mrs. Namita Gautam, wife of Mr. Rahul Gautam. Inviting on the dais, we have Mr. Rahul Gautam, Managing Director, Sheela Foam Limited. Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, Managing Director and CEO, BSC Limited. Mr. Ajay Sraf, ICICI Securities Limited. And Mr. Vikas Kemani, Edelweiss Financial Services Limited. Thank you, gentlemen. And before we begin the ceremony this morning, may I request all of you to kindly step down for the auspicious lighting of the lamp. Thank you very much. I now invite Mr. Ajay Sraf, ICICI Securities Limited, to give us the opening address. Please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Ajay Sraf.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Sheela Foam Limited and the book running lead managers to the issue, I would like to welcome you to this listing ceremony of the first mattress company to list in India. Today's listing event marks a seminal moment in the life journey of Sheela Foam Limited, promoted by Ms. Sheela Gautam and Mr. Rahul Gautam in 1971, Sheela Foam, which is better known for the brand Sleep Well, has grown into one of the largest players in the organized mattress industry in India. As we see it in the Sheela Foam story, rests on three pillars: an industry-leading brand, number two, extensive distribution reach, including over 100 plus exclusive distributors, 2,000 plus exclusive retail dealers, and 2,500 plus multi-brand outlets. And the number third point was pan-India manufacturing capability. But the crowning glory of Sheela Foam is the quality of the management that drives the company ecosystem. This was the unanimous feedback that resonated across institutional investors who have been above all impressed by the quality of the management and the success story that they have built. And hence, it's no surprise that the investors have backed the Sheela Foam story even during a turbulent times when the Indian stock indices fell close to 5% in a month and the BSE Consumer Index had skidded 11.5% in the week preceding the ROC filing. The 510 crore IPO opened for subscription on November 29 and backed by the strength of the anchor investors such as SBI, MF, Premji Invest, Goldman Sachs, HDFC Mutual Fund, ICICI Pru MF, and Fidelity. The IPO closed on December 1st, 2016 with an overall oversubscription of 5.4 times. This was the first successful IPO after the US election and the launch of the demonetization drive. On this auspicious and momentous occasion of listing, I would like to convey our best wishes to the company for all the success in the coming years and its endeavor towards growth and creating value for the investors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And now I invite Mr. Rahul Gautam, Managing Director, Sheela Foam Limited. Mr. Rahul Gautam is the Managing Director of Sheela Foam India, and he's also the Chairman of Joyce Foam Private Limited in Australia. He's been associated with Sheela Foam since 1971, and he resumed the post of Managing Director of the company on April 1st, 1996. He holds a bachelor's degree in technology, chemical engineering from the Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, and a master's degree in science, chemical engineering from the Polytechnic Institute of New York. He has over 40 years of experience in the home front products and PU foam industry. He is also the Chairman Emeritus of the Indian Polyurethane Association. He enjoys outdoor sports, reading books on management and philosophy, listening to Indian classical instrumental music, and supporting educational activities. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Rahul Gautam.
Can we just have the vision statement on the screen, please? So it's a practice that we begin all our, meetings with our vision statement, and I would like to do it that way. Thank you. So our vision, we will continue to be recognized as a leading organization in quality comfort products while practicing values of integrity, reliability, proactivity, and transparency to do business with a smile for customer delight and a commitment to society. Thank you. So I begin by introducing some of my colleagues who are here, and of course my mother, who's the senior one, Mrs. Sheela Gautam. No, there is no need for her to stand. That's all right. Mrs. Sheela Gautam, she has been the chairperson for some time. She is now the chairman emeritus, and she is really the person who started this in 1971. Next to her is Mrs. Namita Gautam. She is an executive director in the company and looks after the CSR arm of the company, Sleepwell Foundation. And move to Tushar. Tushar is also an executive director in the company and looks after operations. Mr. Rakesh Chahar, he is an executive director, looks after sales and marketing. Mr. Satish Sethi, who helps us distribute our products in this area, and the largest that the company has. Mr. Dhruv Mathur, he is the CFO of the company. And of course, I have Iqbal, our company secretary. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm absolutely delighted to be a part of this historic Bombay Stock Exchange. Today, we are becoming a part of that history. I was speaking with Mr. Chauhan, and he told me that there are more than 5,500 companies which are listed here. So this is more than the number of dealers that we have across the country. For us, it has been a long journey, 45 years from when we started, though it feels like just yesterday. There have been more than our share of ups and downs, but absolutely no pains. If I was to relive this, I would opt for it any time. And the blessings that we have from all the various relationships that we have created during this entire period. In fact, many a times we are asked a question, what do you do, what do you make? And we have always said, we make relationships. And by the way, we also make polyurethane foam, and we also make mattresses. So I thank all the relationships that have been created in this journey, starting from the newest, which is the Bombay Stock Exchange. All my colleagues that I introduced, all my senior colleagues who could not be here at this time, the people who look after our various plants, 11 plants across the country, the 110 exclusive distributors that we have, and the 5,000 dealers that represent the company across the country. I also want to include our Australian Australian subsidiary called Joyce. We had acquired that in 2005, and it has been together with us for the last 11 years. Extremely solid, extremely well entrenched into the Australian and New Zealand market, and doing a great job in a completely saturated, matured market. And of course, not the least, the millions of customers that we have. My estimate is that it should be more than 2 crores in the country at the moment. As far as the core values of the company are concerned, you would have seen when I read the vision statement, there are a couple of them mentioned there, but something that we all live by is integrity. And integrity is, in the simplest of definition, what is the intention behind any thought or any action. And that is some value that runs across the company, across all the plants, across all the distribution, across Australia, across everywhere. And it is with these good intentions that we chose to do an IPO, to list ourselves. We believe that in the life of every company, there comes a time when it has to just move to another orbit as far as people are concerned, policies are concerned, brands are concerned, reach is concerned, corporate governance is concerned, everything. And we believe that this IPO and this listing will help us to just do that, what is necessary at this time in the country. We intend to fulfill all the potential that is there, to go after all the potential that is there, and eventually it will be a dream that if we can have a mattress for every Indian. I also want to thank all the people who have ably supported us in this process and supported us in spite of all the challenging times that came by. So starting from ICICI Securities, Edelweiss, our merchant bankers, the law firms which supported this process, Luthra & Luthra, Khaitan & Company, and an international law firm, Patton & Boggs. The registrar, Lincoln Time, the PR agency, Concept, and above all, the investors who have put faith in the company. And not last, but the internal team which has been there, most of them elsewhere doing their jobs, not present, silently behind this process, but solidly behind this process. I just want to take this opportunity to reconfirm our faith in this process and commit ourselves that we will continue and do our best to ensure that we stand good in the eyes of all the stakeholders, including the investors. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, one and all, for helping us get to this stage, especially in these challenging times. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We've got just about 2 minutes to count down, so may I request our dignitaries on the dais to kindly move towards the gong. Post this, we're going to have the presentation of the mementos. And all those who are seated, may I request you to kindly remain seated because it'll help our cameraman behind better with their photography and videography. All those standing in the front, may I request you to kindly be seated and take your pictures so that our photographers and videographers will be able to get a better view. All right, let's begin. 8, everyone, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Congratulations, Sheela Foam Limited. Gentlemen, may I request you to kindly come back to the dais. We have Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, Managing Director and CEO of BSE Limited, who will address all of us. Yes, may I request Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, MD and CEO of BSE Limited, to address all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan. Thank you.
Mrs. Sheela Gautam, Chairman Emeritus, Sheela Farms, Mr. Rahul Gautam, MD, Sheela Farms, Mr. Vikas Khemani, President and Head Wholesale Capital Markets Edelweiss, Mr. Ajay Sharaf, Executive Director and Head of Corporate Finance, Institutional Equities, ICSCI. Very good morning to everyone present here. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome you to BSE as we celebrate the great listing of BSE's newest member, Sheela Farm Limited today. Listing of a company is a key step for moving forward, opening new avenues and opportunities for growth. An IPO gives prominence to the endeavor of the company, and we at BSE always look forward to encourage the accomplishment of these best practices. The journey of BSE is eventful and interesting as the history of India's securities market. In fact, as India's largest bourse in terms of listed companies and market capitalization, almost every leading corporate in India has sourced BSE services in raising capital and is listed with BSE. This hall where you are sitting used to be the trading hall of BSE, where people used to trade with hand signals. As seen in the past, growth and stimulus is given to each and every company that gets listed on BSE. I'm happy to be standing before you, representing the proud history of BSE. The story of BSE is the story of Indian economy. Today, BSE represents more than $1.5 trillion of wealth for India in its 141 years of journey. Sheela Farms was a book-built public issue with 69.86 lakh equity shares of rupees 5 each in the price band of rupees 680 to 730, aggregating to rupees 510 crore. The post-issue paid-up capital is 4 crore 87 lakh 82,808 equity shares of 5 rupees each. The issue was oversubscribed 5.646 overall, and the retail category was 0.42 times, and non-institutional category was 3.34 times. QIB category was 14.15 times. The retail participations, almost 27,000 applications came for this company. I wish to take this opportunity to congratulate Sheela Farm Limited and its entire team on a successful listing and wish them the best as they forge forward in their business. I extend my best wishes to the entire team and all the merchant bankers for this great issue. Thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you, sir. And now we have the presentation of Mementos. The first one by Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, BSE, to Mr. Rahul Gautam, Managing Director of Sheela Farm Limited. To Mr. Ajay Sraf, ICICI Securities Limited. And to Mr. Vikas Khemani, Edelweiss Financial Services Limited. And the next set of mementos from Mr. Rahul Gautam to Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan. A nice big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. To Mr. Ajay Sraf, ICICI Securities Limited. Mr. Vikas Khemani, Edelweiss Financial Services Limited. Thank you so much. And now we have Mr. Vikas Khemani of Edelweiss Financial Services Limited, who will give us the vote of thanks.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What a listing. So First of all, I would like to thank, obviously, Rahul Gautam ji, entire management of Sheela team to, let us work on the deal. I can tell you, we work on lots of deals throughout the year, but this one has been special on many counts. I think, most of you would not know that this company was a private company in June. And I think 6 months' time from private company to a listed company, I think you will find very few examples of like that. So I think it's been a great journey. And in the area, in the times when everybody is talking about women entrepreneurship, we have a company where started by a solid lady in 1971, almost 45 years ago. And I think coming to this milestone, it's been a great journey. And we are very impressed, to be very frank, I think, with the quality of the management, quality of the business model, and we are very, very positive about the future of the company. This is a significant milestone in the journey of the company, and we have no doubt in our minds that this will create significant amount of wealth for the shareholders who have invested into the company in times to come. A small glimpse of that we have seen today. I think it's one of the most successful listing in recent past, and I hope this journey continues. I would like to thank all the parties, auditors, lawyers, PR agencies, registrars, printers, who are involved to make this issue grand success. And I would like to also thank all the investors who came despite tough times. I think we had, we kind of were in all this demonetization phase when the issue was launched. So it was one of the unexpected events, but despite that, we got a phenomenal response from all the investors and who made this issue very successful. So thank you very much, and the journey begins. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And with that, we come to the end of our program this morning. There's going to be media briefing shortly, and we also have light refreshments served. Please do join us. Thank you so much, and have a great day.